Good morning. It is 8:10 a.m. and it is already the 31st of July, 2020. I just updated my laptop and I'm getting freezing suddenly. So I hope that I'm able to make this video, otherwise I'm going to have to uninstall that update. I hate it when that happens. Ugh. Okay, so we're going to look at Barr being impeached by Congress and how he's feeling. And I did do a very quick reading on him yesterday, but I was so tired after I got back from my doctor's visits. I had 2 in a row, and I was wiped out. I really could not keep my eyes open. So I honor that and heal, do what I need to do. But I'm going to use a different set of cards today, and it's by a woman, I think Cathy, is it Nichols? I'm terrible with names. Nichols. And she's made a few decks. They are really beautiful. And this one's the Synchronicity deck that comes with a couple of dice that are really beautiful. One of them's kind of an aqua and the other one's like a candy apple. Well, maybe more of a fuchsia. Candy apple red, it looks like there. This one's more of an aqua. If you want to utilize dice. So here we go. Let me just get a mouthful of coffee and to this deck. And we're going to look at Barr being impeached by Congress. Now, just a heads up, when I did the other reading on him, what I got essentially was that a similar reading with regards to Trump, regarding time. I was shown that he will indeed, of course, go, but that there's a certain allotment of time, again, that he'd be given, and that new leadership would be coming in that would be much more wise and kinder, gentler type of leadership. And it shows that he would be held accountable. So anyway, it was almost like the universe saying, you know, no matter what, whether Congress impeaches him or not, he's going to be held accountable, and there's new leadership coming in, which I thought was very interesting. So without further ado, let's use the Synchronicity cards. And I will have to refer to some of the guide that comes with it. You can get this deck, if you like it, off of Etsy. And Cathy is with a C, Cathy Nichols, or Nichols. So it's O-L-S at the end. But it's different from, you can use it like a tarot deck, but it's different. Ooh, I want to put my little heating pad on here. And I kind of had this camera at a certain angle. So forgive me. I'm just getting going. All right. Make sure that you can see. And this is the little thing that came in. Anyway, Cathy has another deck that is way cool. I really seem to resonate with her decks, and I like the artwork. Very colorful. And really, I don't know, just, they're really neat decks. So you can check that out, and you can find her decks on Etsy. Okay, so now we're going to focus Is Barr going to be impeached by Congress? Is Barr, William Barr, the creep, going to be impeached by Congress? I asked the creator. Is William Barr going to be impeached by Congress? Picture his pudgy face. I tell you, when you've got to kind of touch into these people's energy, it's just yucky. Okay. Is Barr going to be impeached by Congress? Now, how does he feel about... No, you know what? I'll stick to one question at a time, because I can... Will Barr be impeached by Congress? Barr be impeached by Congress? Will William Barr be impeached by Congress? Okay. I'm going to read in pairs. First card we have is Wildness. Okay. Princess. Sorrow. And planting seeds. I'm just going to stop there with 4. Now, like I said, I've just got this deck. I've had it for a while, but I haven't. I have like a million decks. That's an exaggeration, but according to my husband, I have too many. According to me, you know, there's got to be another deck or two out there that I probably need to buy. Now let's see. It is done in it is referenced in alphabetical order on the pamphlet. And the great thing about also with Cathy's cards, really quickly, if you lose the paper or whatever as you're getting to know the deck, you can, I think she can send you a PDF link if you ask her. So, well, wildness. The wolf reminds us to honor the wildness of our being, to take chances, wander, travel unknown paths. So it could be that there's something that, a different path that may be taken with regard to him. It may be that, you know, they could impeach him, but it could be that there might be also a little bit different way of dealing with him that government takes, that Congress will take. And there might be a bit of a risk, a certain kind of a risk that may pay off. Princess, let's go to that. Okay, and again, I think it's fun to use a new deck, but part of it is learning and then learning it intuitively. She walks in beauty and is a shining light to others. She treats all living things with kindness and love. I'm feeling like this could be a female that takes, or a feminine energy that is utilized to kind of go a different route with him. maybe more of an empathic, in a sense, manner with regard to the things that he has done that has been really cruel, unfair, unkind. And I also am getting just intuitively a hit of where he's gone rogue. There is an energy, a feminine energy that is, and it doesn't necessarily mean just women, because we all have masculine and feminine energies within us. But I feel like there is one that is looking to heal. This is what I'm getting intuitively from this deck, these two first cards, to heal this rogue energy that's been going on. And rogue is the word that just keeps coming to me with this man, not surprisingly. Sorry, my skin is so dry after getting out of the hospital and stuff. Ugh. So, that is what I am getting there. I'm feeling like there could be another path that they take, slightly different, to kind of catch him up, to kind of net him, if you will. But I also feel like this is about, again, interesting that I'm getting the message again about kindness. And one of the cards I got when I first did with this deck was wisdom and kindness with regard to and leadership. And we know that that is not the Trump administration, that would never come from them. So again, I feel like I'm being given a nod about maybe a bigger handing of information to do with much different energy that is looking to rein in this rogue energy that we've been seeing from this administration, especially through Barr, where we've got all this cruelty, all this bigotry and excuses for being horrible, and doing lying, cheating, gaslighting. Again, I've got to say it, rogue stuff. And this is reining it in. I feel like this is, the Princess card is reining that crazy, out of control, wild energy in. And wild energy in this case, in a sense, that is just fueling itself and getting completely out of control, in my opinion. With the next two cards of sorrow and planting seeds, I'm going to pull two more. Spiritual guidance and trust. Well, he has certainly caused a great deal of sorrow in society and community. And they have, in my opinion, with what they've been doing with the courts and with what I've been able to keep up on, hard to do, by the way, when you don't have a strong enough Wi-Fi signal or cellular signal or television that works. That's what I've been dealing with for about 2 months. So, but I know that with them, it's been business as usual of cruelty and horribleness. With the sorrow card, heartache, sadness, suffering, but the knowledge that shadow emotions bring renewal. Interesting. Especially with the planting seeds card. I think one of the other things I feel like an insight that came to me, and has been coming to me and many other readers and other empathic people, is that the one thing with all of this administration and how horrible they are is I tend to think that had we had Democrats get in, that a lot of these issues honestly would not have probably been so immediately addressed. The racism, the bigotry, it still would have been hidden. And I think this is an opportunity for it to show its face, for it's a really hard reset and clearing of that energy that may not, I just really don't feel like, it's not that I think that Democrats or more liberal administration would have just ignored the bigotry and so on and so forth. But I think that a lot of it would still have been kept very much on the down low. It would not be rearing its head so freely. And the one thing now that we can say is we see it. It is undeniable. It has come out from like cockroaches from the crevices, and the best thing is sunlight. The best thing is sunlight to really get rid of it. But we've had to go through a lot of sorrow and pain. But this is what we need to do, and we need to look at the hard truths and the horrible things that this administration has done and is doing in order for renewal. And I'm getting renewal with the planting of seeds, and this card here of reigning in this rogue energy, addressing the sorrows and all this awfulness that has come about with this administration, so that a new one that has a kinder, wiser basis has room to establish itself and in a clean setting, so to speak. I really feel like there's going to be a very different, really significant time in history where, now that we've kind of been shown all the dirt under the rug, we're able to start addressing that. Now, does this mean that he's going to be impeached by Congress? I'm still honestly not too sure. It could definitely be a yes, but I'm really not so concerned, because I feel like no matter how it's done, it has the needed effect. So if he doesn't get impeached by Congress, I feel like somehow, some way, it will be addressed. These wrongs, this rogue energy that has caused so much heartbreak and sorrow and suffering, so that something new, a new leadership can come in that can grow in place of this rogue energy that's been there, and that Barr has been directing and giving legs, so to speak. Now let's take a real quick look at the card of planting of seeds. Yeah, planting seeds. All right. Time to think ahead. Know that small steps can lead to rebirth, change, growth. Again, we're getting two cards that speak of a change, going from a sorrowful change and heartbreak to renewal and a shift in energy that is to a kinder, wiser, more gentle world or society, leadership, different kind of leadership than this rogue thing. So I think it's very possible he could get impeached, but I caution that if he doesn't, for whatever reason, it looks like for the second time in a reading that I've done on this direct question, that this nonsense that they've been up to will be addressed. And I feel like there's going to be like a clearing out of the gutter, because these people really are in the gutter. Spiritual guidance and trust. Okay. So let's look at that. The sweet yellow bird whispers. Sorry, I'm never good at keeping my place. Let's see, spiritual guide. Here we go. The sweet yellow bird whispers messages, angels, and guides. That's what it says. The sweet yellow bird whispers messages, angels, and guides. Receive help solving problems or with questions that logic cannot master. So this makes me feel like not to worry. It is a reassurance that we have spiritual realm beings helping us through this situation and time, even though we might feel like it feels very uncertain and scary. It's a message of assurance that this energy is not just going to go on ad nauseum, and it will be held to account and stopped, and there's a different leadership that takes place. Again, trusting, and this is the trust card, and to me it is about just that unseen forces. It says belief in the unseen forces. Interesting, that comes with the spiritual guidance. Belief in unseen forces that bind us. A reminder that this is the bedrock of all healthy relationships. So I feel like we're being told that no matter what, whether Congress impeaches this man or not, that Spirit is helping us. And we just, even though we can't see and may not see immediate results, they are there, and we will be able to see it maybe a bit more further along. It may not be an immediate thing that we can discern and say, oh, but we just have to know that they're not going to allow this rogue energy that's unkind and too wild, in the sense of wanton destruction is not going to be allowed to continue. Again, we're going back to the message of this kind of energy is being allowed for a distinct purpose so that we can clean up the mess and really set in place a much stronger, healthier leadership. And I just don't think that this administration, let alone any one of them, is just going to get away scot-free, because it's telling us that there is a larger movement, and we need to see the larger picture, the bigger message. And the more perhaps important message than any specific thing is this leadership is not going to continue. It has an expiry date, despite what it would like to continue to do. It's not going to be allowed to do that. Spirit is at hand, even though we cannot see always or sense their presence, because we have a lot of fear and uncertainty in dealing with a rogue energy. But we have forces, influences that come in, and will be renewal that address the heartache, because that's important. So that's what I can tell you about Barr being impeached or not. Whether or not he is, don't worry. Or try not to. Try to put your trust and faith that we do have spiritual beings, enlightened spiritual beings that are, and the universe guiding us through this process. Even though we can't immediately see the results, it will come about, and they do not have and will not be able to just continue on ad nauseum. Okay? I think that was a really cool reading. And we'll look at how Barr is feeling now about with his most recent experience with the Democrats here that, you know, apparently were letting him have it. How is Barr feeling right now? Creator, ancestors, can you reveal to us, what can you reveal to us about how Barr is feeling? What should we know? What should we know about how William Barr is feeling and will be feeling? What do we need to know about how William Barr is feeling, maybe what lay before him, and can we see a snapshot of what's going on with him and his mind and how he's feeling, especially given his most recent bashing by the Democrats. I really want to make sure. Get the deck. Very good shuffle. What can you show us about how William Barr is feeling and some things we should know with regarding to him? Again, I'm going to read in pairs. Okay, loss. He is feeling loss. He's feeling loss. If you see a little smoke here or little wisps, I have incense burning, so don't freak out. Okay, so he's feeling loss. This is the Empress. So this tells me right away, as far as I'm concerned, when I see the Empress, I think of the Empress in the Tarot, of fecundity, of material wealth and physical wealth. I wonder about his health. I'm gonna have to look at that. I just feel like, okay, we'll look at that. Speaking truth, because, well, he was recently certainly had truth, the hard, cold truth spoken to him. Speaking truth. So, right there, these three cards make me feel like he's not feeling so confident. And father. I wonder if it's his father. It could also be about leadership, but let's just take a quick look. Because some keywords with this deck, I think, are important to bring up. Okay, loss. Sadness, regret, missing of lost love, rank, or item. Potential for transformation. Well, potential if he was somebody that was willing to change, but I don't see that. Mother. Okay, that's not Empress. Like Gaia and Mother Earth, she is goddess and protector of the natural world. Maybe Mother Earth just doesn't like him. Protector of the natural world. Well, he's certainly creating loss to protection in the natural world. But my feeling is that this is to do with a loss of sense of security and his place and his power. And I feel that this is coming to him at a time when I really do feel that it's not cliche to say the future is feminine, and the future is now. That women are coming more into power, and to bring and the feminine in men to bring about the kind of environment and earthly environment and protections, so on and so forth, environment in government that we need. I'm also going to go with a feeling intuitively that he's feeling like his footing is not so sure. There's doubt and self-doubt. And I feel too that his hope for certain material goals, maybe to do with trade here around the world, things like that, whatever his dirty little hands are in. There's something where he's not feeling particularly strong as he was. And I think it's because people have been I need more coffee. Speaking truth to power, and in particularly to the masculine, this patriarchal system, toxic patriarchal system, when we have the father there. And that the loss to the world and to the earth, with people like Barr in place, is being thrown, what he's been doing is being thrown back at him. I feel like giving him a sense of loss and uncertainty in his absolute control, as Trump's rabid little dog with flatulence. I'm sorry. That's what he reminds me of, a dog with flatulence. He looks like a flatulent dog. And I like dogs, I'm sorry. But he's Trumpy's lap dog. I also feel like this is nodding possibly something toward his own father, because we know with Epstein, there may be things that will come out. I still would remind you to go back. There is a reading I did months ago on Ghislaine, whatever her darn name is, and that would be a very interesting thing for you all to look at. I'm not going to give away things, but if you haven't watched that video, go back into my world politics playlist and find the reading on her. I think it was pretty accurate, and there's things yet to possibly occur. Now, Father here says the Father is the king of conception and fertility. He is a protector and guardian of life. I also feel like this could also indicate that people, and especially with regard to those that were putting him on blast, have been speaking truth to power, and it has apparently made him feel, I feel like, less secure and certain in his own place of stability and certainty. There's loss there, for sure. Let's just look a little more how he is. Okay, resilience, storm, This to me means that we're seeing one of the last sets of gasps from this patriarchal system, in my opinion, because they haven't done, in my opinion, what they were supposed to do, which is to be protectors. They have abused authority and the role as men and as people in authority. They owe this planet and the well-being of its life in America and elsewhere, because their decisions not only affect America but other places. They owe it. They've created loss. They've created a debt. Our economy stinks. I also think that the economy is a concern here. When I see both the Empress and a Father card, I do feel like it's showing mismanagement that creates loss, and that people are getting more angry, and I think we will see more demonstration or protest with regard to economy, and people speaking truth to power about the abuse of power and its ineffectiveness to turn it around. The resilience and storm is people are not going to back down. I really feel that people are not going to back down. And I'm sure that they will attempt to meet that resilience and resistance to their abuse with pushback. I expect it. But with this speaking truth to power, we all know that Barr and them not going to do that. Because the whole point of speaking truth to power is where you tell the truth to people that are abusing their office, abusing power, creating loss with the economy, etc. Now let's just real quick flash to, this is what I like. See, it's not a really long, but it's to the point, good punch of definitions, guidelines of these cards. So if we look at resilience, just to cover that, it says, like a flower blooming after winter's frost, we are stronger than we think. Streaking truth to power. But we could do that too, I guess, but it might be a little chilly. There's again kind of a connection there. That we're stronger than we think, tenacity and ability to carry on after life's setbacks. I don't think that Barr has that. And I think what we need to do is stay on their backs and keep speaking truth to power. And I believe you will continue to see more protests. People are just sick of it with these people. And the economy especially comes to mind. Okay, and I think it's a worry that he has right now, because he's going to start feeling the pressure from society about the economy. It's the worst it's ever, I think, been. I catch flashes of the news. I get the gist of it, but I don't, and I can't, for the sake of my own well-being, just totally immerse myself in it. I get the point of the message, but I don't allow it to cause me, at this point, a fear that is running wild, because that doesn't do my anxiety any good. And I know, and I keep being shown, and I have for years now, since Trump's been in office, been being shown that this administration will run its allotted course and they'll be out. And then we'll have a new administration in, where there are significant changes that will occur that would have not been able to occur, and we'll be able to look back and see the point of that. Okay, so Storm, just to cover that one real quick with this deck. By the way, it's called the Synchronicity deck, and it's by Cathy with a C, Nichols. Okay, storm. Do I know alphabetically? Yeah. Storms can be wild, unpredictable, and even violent, but they always bring change and a new day. So we're going to see pushback. And I do think we'll see protests, peaceful protests, being confronted with physical, perhaps, violence. And I know that they plant people in with the peaceful protests so they can try to make us look bad. Plus, of course, there's always some jackholes that go in there and are foolish and can't control themselves because they're so angry. But we have to be strong. I don't think we need to be pushed around, but we also don't want to be the ones going out there and just losing our cool and creating chaos that isn't beneficial. The chaos we need to create is speaking truth to power about their abuse of office. And Barr, I think, is aware that he will see, because of the economy, because of things not going well, people demonstrating, and his idea will be to push back. Those that speak truth to power, those that try to say, hey, the economy stinks, you stink, administration, and we're not going to take it anymore. Spiritual guidance again comes up, as well as protecting love. So again, Spirit is saying, even though you cannot see spiritual presence, know that they are with us through this time, even if things get violent or if there is really awful pushback. And protecting love, that I think if we look at, let's see, shower small creatures with love, hold them dear, you will help them triumph over adversity. There will be people that help those that are speaking truth to power. There will be people that come to the assistance of each other, and that's the point of us all coming together, rather than just leaving one group or another to stand up for this or that. If we all come together, we'll scare the bejesus out of them. If we all come together, all of us, that's what we need to be doing, and speaking truth to power. And they will push back. He plans on pushing back. But know that Spirit is with us, and there will be people that play a significant role in helping each other, and that is what we're meant to do. Okay? I feel like pulling two more cards. Dreamer. And persistence. I almost feel like this could be addressing a dreamer issue, and I do need to catch up with what's going on with them. I know that there was, again, recently uncertainty, and pardon me if I'm not completely caught up on that, but I will look at that, and I'm going to keep an eye on if Barr does more nonsense that affects, quote unquote, our dreamer population, which we definitely need. They help us. But dreamer here, manifesting energy for the world. She speaks to animals and translates their messages for mankind. Allow yourself to dream the future. And again, we're being told we're going to create a new future, that we're going through hard times right now, sometimes even very violent times. But this is going to result in a change. And it results in us coming together, that we need to have that focus in coming together, not being divided, and resetting this nation and cleaning out that dirt that's come out from under the rug with bigotry and class warfare. Persistence. So persistence is pretty much, self-explanatory, but let's just go ahead and read its words. Never give up. Keep practicing your craft or striving for your goal, and you will find success. And we're shown spiritual love and protecting love and spiritual guidance. We're not to give up. We're to keep going for our dreams of a society that is unified, that is doing things that are positive for the earth, that is going to get rid of and hold people accountable that abuse office, that we speak truth to power, that even if there's violent pushback, we come to each other's aid, and that we don't let people like Barr and those that are in power yet, until their time has run out, continue to run roughshod. Okay? So that is my reading on Barr. And I will do another reading with regard to Trump in August. But I'm going to close this one out because it's a long one. Thank you, and I hope you have a